Peace, peace, peace. And welcome to Love Sirya Divine Channel. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in and clicking on this video. And if you are returning, thank you for your support again. We're going to tap into these messages, okay, to see what divine messages, what divine guidance is the Holy Spirit want to share with the Divine Collective on this wonderful full moon, okay? This full moon is in the sign of Libra. And we just had Venus come out of retrograde. So Venus is now direct. And Venus actually rules the sign of Libra. Okay, so Libra is all about balance. It's all about justice and karma. And particular partnerships and relationships. Okay, Venus is also the sign of love and money and beauty. All right. So this energy may be clearing up for you to come clear about career opportunities or come clear about particular relationships, okay? But we're gonna tap in here to these cards, okay, to see what's up. All right, so Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. Okay, I see the past and enchanted coming here, so you all may be inspired about letting go of something from the past, because the full moon is that letting go energy. And we have do nothing with enchanted as well, okay? Some of you all may feel called to do nothing at this moment in time, but meditate, continue to reflect. But Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. What messages do you have for the Divine Collective, okay? We got release and blocks. Release blocks coming out with this falling moon, okay, which looks like a full moon, right? So you all are releasing blocks, releasing barriers that may be trying to keep you from getting to the next chapter, that may be trying to keep you from taking that next step, okay? Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. What messages do you have for the Divine Collective on this wonderful full moon in Libra? We got shadow work coming out with this night moon, okay? So some of you all may be called to go within tonight to really meditate, to work with this moon. We got patience coming out, okay? Really take the time to work with this cycle. Really take the time to figure out where you are in your process, all right? We got intuition coming out. Really take this time to go within, to listen to the divine guidance, to listen to your intuition, to figure out what it is that you need to do, okay? We got celebration with moon dance coming out. And we got support at the bottom of the deck. I saw support at the bottom when this release blocks, okay? So what I'm seeing with this support in this full moon is that you want to really use this energy right now with the full moon to release some blocks, okay? This is some particular shadow work, which I am going to pull out my shadow work oracle deck. I wasn't going to use that deck today, but because I'm seeing shadow work here, support and communicate, you want to use this energy of the full moon at this moment in time to really ask for support, to release things that are blocking you, to release things that are stopping you from getting to your next chapter, from getting towards your next goal, to getting to the next phase of your life, okay? You're really being called right now to have patience, to really reflect, to really go within, to really tap into your intuition, okay? To really do what's necessary to process whatever shadow work, whatever energy is within you that's blocking you at this moment in time, okay? Some of you all are carrying some baggage from the past, because I did see that past energy. Some of you all maybe holding on to things from the past that's keeping you blocked, okay? But there's definitely some energy lingering in the shadows. There's definitely some integration that you all are needing to do that's stopping you from taking the next step, that's stopping you from getting to the next level, that's blocking you from taking a leap of faith, that's stopping you from taking a particular risk, okay? It's blurring your vision, and it's keeping you in a particular cycle in which you're not able to grow, which you're not able to ascend. What I'm hearing is you're not able to graduate from a particular level. You've been in a particular cycle for a very long time. And it's a cycle that you've been going through over and over and over and over again. For some of you all may have been in the past 7 years is what I'm hearing. Okay? Maybe in the last 3 years, 7 years, 6 years, okay? But there's a cycle that you all have been going through in which you've been ignoring your intuition. You haven't been allowing yourself to really go within, to really dig deep, to really figure out what it is that is blocking you, what it is that is stopping you, whether it's a person, place, or a situation. But you've been in a particular cycle in which you've been called to step forward and do this work for some years now. Okay? But every time you get to the precipice, every time you get to your breakthrough where you're about to take that leap, where you're about to take that step, where you're about to pull that trigger, okay, where you're about to release something that's been holding you back, you revert. Something blocks you, something stops you, something makes you afraid, in which you don't take that risk, in which you don't take that next step, okay? But Spirit is saying now it's time for you to really hone in and do the work, to really release whatever it is that is holding you back, and to really have the patience to go through the process, to really have the patience to honor the process, to honor the cycle that you are in so that you can complete it and graduate here with this celebration. Spirit is ready to celebrate. Spirit is ready for you all to graduate, okay? But Spirit, I'm hearing Spirit can't want it for you. You got to want it for yourself too, okay? There's a particular tower moment that you all may be avoiding to experience at this moment in time, okay? But let's tap in. Let's see what messages does Holy Spirit have for you all. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this? Release blocks. We have the unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, faith. All right. I feel like this block that is keeping you all from graduating, from ending a particular cycle so that you can start a whole new cycle, is your fear. You all are afraid of the unknown. You all are afraid of what life will be like if you just let go, if you just release. You all have not been honoring faith in yourself, faith in the Most High, okay, which has been causing you not to make decisions, which has been causing you to be stagnant, okay? You're refusing to surrender. You're refusing to take risks. You're refusing to end certain cycles because it's what you know. It's what you're comfortable with. It's what you've been dealing with for years. It's all that you know. All right? Yeah, with this stubborn at the bottom of the deck. You all are unwilling to be flexible. You're unwilling to grow. You're completely stubborn. You're choosing to stay in a particular cycle because it's comfortable, because it's familiar. All right, but it's blocking you from taking that next step. It's blocking you from reaching that next level. It's blocking you from ending a cycle that is really triggering for you, is what I'm hearing. The cycle that you are in, whether it's with a person, whether it's with a place, a particular situation, okay, is very triggering for you. We have feathered omens coming out. Even the sweetest bird harbors fierce intention, self-deceit, illusion, secret, okay? This is the shadow work that you all are being called to do. Is being honest with yourself. You all have been deceiving yourself to stay put, to stay stuck. All right? It's what I'm hearing is your ego. You all have a toxic relationship with your ego because your ego tries to keep you safe from taking the next step. It tries to keep you safe from leaving and releasing people, places, and situations that no longer serve you. So you tell yourself these lies, okay? You tell yourself this narrative that isn't true. Oh, I'm comfortable. I can grow here. I can make it work, is what I'm hearing. You all are trying to make something work, and you keep trying, and you keep failing, and you don't know why. And you feel like if you just change this little thing about yourself, or if you try to get this person to see your side of the story, or if you work a little bit harder, things will get better for you. And this is self-deceit. You're keeping yourself in an illusion here. Okay, with no boundaries at the bottom of the deck. It says, difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, limits. You all are limiting yourself. from the care that you actually need, from going after the things that you actually want and need. Look at this. Okay? I wonder if you all can see this. All right? You see how in this release blocks it has two cliffs here with a space in the middle? Letting it be known that there's a next step that you are refusing to make because there's a blockage here, which is you being afraid of the unknown. And these two people here look like they're on the two cliffs here. So there is a particular place, situation, or relationship that you're being called to walk away from, that you're being called to let go of. Okay? That you're being called to set appropriate boundaries with. Okay? Because there's no more growth within this relationship, within this situation, okay, within this career. This could be a business partnership as well, because Libra does rule that, okay? There's a full moon in both of these images, but there's no boundaries. There's no more room to grow, okay? And it's time to take care of yourself, all right? But there's some shadow work that you all need to do about some self-illusion. Why you like to lie to yourself? What I'm hearing is why you like to kid yourself. Why you like to trick yourself out of your next phase in life. Why do you like to trick yourself out of the things that you genuinely know that you want? Why are you afraid to go after what you want? Why are you afraid to take risks? Why are you afraid to start anew? Why are you holding yourself back? And that's also what I'm hearing, and that you all are not able to make the change because you don't believe it's you. I'm hearing that some of you all have this victim mindset where you feel like you're not the one you're not the one that's doing quote unquote wrong. Okay, wrong is relative, but you're not it's not you, it's them, is what I'm hearing. So the reason why you're not making these necessary changes, the reason why you're not taking control over your life, the reason why you're not taking necessary steps is because you feel like you don't have to do anything. It's not you, it's them. And that's a lie that you're telling yourself. You got to be the one to set these boundaries. You got to be the one to care for yourself. You got to be the one to make sure your needs are met, not anybody else's, okay? It's nobody else's responsibility here. It's yours. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this patterns for the Divine Collective? Thank you. We have inner balance. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. Wholeness and duality, okay? Yeah, you all have been juggling this cycle for a very long time. For some of you all, it's been about 6 years, okay? He has 6 little balls here that he's juggling, and there's 6 moon cycles here on this card. So for the past 6 years, you all have been juggling a particular cycle, a particular pattern, because I did see that pattern, okay? Y'all been juggling a particular relationship or juggling a decision, okay? I'm hearing that some of you all have been juggling a decision to move forward, to let go, to end a particular cycle and start it anew. But you haven't been able to make that decision because you've been resisting it. You've been resisting doing the work. You've been resisting confronting your fears here, okay? And I do see relentless craving. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom, all right? You all been resisting a particular addiction to comfort. You all been holding yourself in a cage, unwilling to move, unwilling to set yourself free because you've been lying to yourself that other people got you stuck. All right, you've been unwilling to confront your fears. It says the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Bravery, healing, reclaim, okay? This cave that you fear to enter is this unknown. Is this new cycle, is this new phase, is this new life that you've been envisioning for yourself with this intuition here, okay? You've been juggling trying to make this decision for some years now, okay? But you've been resisting making the choice. So this cycle, this triggering cycle, this cycle of, you're always going through this cycle of feeling like it's not enough, of feeling like you want more, but not, of feeling like there's this void in your life and you can't quite put your finger on it. And then you get a spark of a little bit of inspiration. You're like, oh no, life is good, life is good. And then the cycle starts all over. You go back into this feeling of like, this void, of feeling like it's not enough, of feeling down, of feeling, you know, like something's holding you back. Okay, but it says what you accept transforms. So the moment that you accept that you're the only person that's holding you back, you're the only person that's limiting you, you're the only person that's stopping you from moving forward, then you'll be able to transform that energy and come out of it. To be able to confront your fears so that you can go explore what it is that you really want. So that you go obtain the treasure that you seek, the love that you seek, the joy that you seek, the happiness, the peace, the wholeness, the fulfillment, the satisfaction, the pleasure. Okay, I'm hearing all of this. You all are seeking more in your life, but you're afraid to let go of what's familiar. You're afraid to let go of the habits that you have curated. You're afraid to let go of the identity that you've created for yourself. You're afraid to let go of the false security that you created for yourself. You're afraid to let go of this job because it gives you benefits. You know how much you're gonna make. You're able to budget your money comfortably. You're afraid to leave this relationship because you're used to this person. You know the ins and outs, okay? You know how to manage this person. You're afraid to leave your home. You're afraid to leave your city because you're familiar with it. Okay, you know the ins and outs of the hood. You know what block to go on, what block not to go on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things like this that you feel comfortable. But this comfortability is keeping you stagnant and it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you from your fulfillment. It's keeping you from your celebration. It's keeping you from your joy. It's keeping you from graduating, from ascending here. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this intuition? We have authentic self. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Uniqueness, individuality, okay? Intuitively, you know you all can be more. You know you are more. Intuitively, you know that you are this strong, powerful, unique, creative person. But you're afraid to step into your power. You're afraid to stand up for yourself. You're afraid to choose yourself. You're afraid to choose better for yourself, okay? You're afraid to go after what it is that you really want. Because you're afraid of what that would do to your life, how that would transform your life. Right now, I feel like you all are just juggling things just to stay busy. You all are going through life aimlessly here, trying to find the balance, when all you have to do is make a choice and stand firm on it. And you know what choice it is you have to make. Intuitively, you already know. Bless you. Okay? I'm feeling like I have to sneeze, but ain't nothing coming out. Okay? So there might be somebody that got to sneeze here, okay? But we have arrogance coming out. It says, not seeing flaws hinders growth. No limits to learn and improve. Humility, awareness, growth. All right? With this arrogance coming out, with this authentic self and intuition, this is giving that energy that I said that some of you all feel like it's them, not you. Where you arrogantly feel like you have no flaws. You feel like you're not doing anything wrong. Where you feel like you're not the one that needs to make the change. You feel like everybody else needs to make the change. Everybody else needs to conform to you, and that's not the case. The case is that you need to change for you. You need to be the change that you wish to see. You need to change your environment. You need to change your habits. You need to change your behavior. You need to change your perception. You need to change the choices that you're making for yourself every single day. And thus then, other things around you would change. It starts with you. Okay? Growth starts with you. But you first got to tap into this awareness and accept it. Okay? Like I said, what you accept, transform. What you resist, persist. Okay? So if you want to stay in this cycle, by all means, go ahead. But if you're ready to experience new things, if you're ready to experience happiness, joy, celebration, excitement, love, okay? You see two people dancing here. If you're ready to experience this, now it's time for you to stand up. Confront your fears. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Make the choice. I'm hearing that song, When Your Boots on the Ground with this. Okay, it's time to put your boots on the ground. That song is so, it's so crazy. Anywho, Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is the celebration? Okay, we got shame and guilt. Feel them without judgment. Mistakes do not define your worth. Compassion, acceptance. Okay, it's time for you to come out of this cycle of allowing shame and guilt to hold you back. Shame for wanting more, feeling guilty for wanting more, feeling guilty and shame for wanting to move on, feeling guilty and shame for wanting to leave a particular job, situation, person, relationship, friendship, family, home, okay? It's something that you've been loyal to for a very long time, and you've been juggling this decision to move on for a very long time. But every time you think about it, every time you think about or envision yourself being happy, every time you envision yourself moving on, every time you envision yourself with a new person, every time you envision yourself at a new job, you start to feel shameful. You start to feel guilty. You start to judge yourself, okay? You start to put other people's wants and needs and opinions in front of you, which loops you right back into this cycle, and you go through it all again. All right? It's time to get out of that, okay? It's time to get out of that. I'm hearing the time is now, okay? The time is now. You got to be the change you wish to see, and you got to stand up for yourself and make the change. Ain't nobody else going to make it for you, okay? It's not how life works. Ain't nobody else gonna make the change for you. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. Wow. Death and rebirth coming out with this release blocks and this unknown, with this surrender, curiosity, faith. You all need to surrender to transformation. You all are afraid to be reborn. You all are afraid to end a particular cycle, to end life as you've known it. You're afraid to be reborn. Okay? You're afraid of the unknown. You have no idea what it would be like once you go through a particular ego death, once you end a relationship, once you quit a particular job. You don't know what life is going to be like, okay? And that is causing you all to be afraid. You're resisting rebirth here because you all lack faith. You don't have trust within yourself, knowing that you have the vision. You don't trust the vision that you have for yourself, or you don't trust that you'll be able to sustain it, or you don't trust that you'll be able to stand on your own 2 feet. I don't know what it is. I don't know your life. Okay, I might know a little bit. I might be hinting on it, touching on it just a little bit, but I don't know all of it. All I know is that you all are afraid to release a particular situation, to bring an end to a particular cycle, because you're afraid of the unknown. That's all I know. Okay, Holy Spirit, all right, we got the Wheel of Fortune coming out with shadow work, okay, and this deceit. It's time to take a risk. It's time to bring an end to this cycle. Like I said, for some of you all, you've been going through this battle, this constant cycle for some time now, okay? It's time for the change here. With this death card and this Wheel, this is major energy letting it be known that the time is really now. The time is really now for this change, for this transformation to happen, for you to stop lying to yourself, for you to be honest with yourself about what it is that you really want, and to be willing to let go and release, to have faith, to have courage, to be brave, to really take a risk, okay? To really take a chance on yourself, okay? Yeah, she got 6 on this dice and 4. So for some of you all, you've been going through this process. You've been juggling this decision to change, to be anew for the past 4 to 6 years, okay? But the wheels are turning, and I'm hearing you better catch a ride now, or you're gonna be in this cycle for another 4 to 6 years. You're gonna be looking up like, what? Where did time go? All that time I wasted? Okay, we got the High Priestess coming out with patience and inner balance. Okay, the High Priestess is all about intuition. It's all about truth being revealed, okay? This is hidden knowledge that is being revealed to you at this time. You got intuition 2 times, and they both got their eyes closed, tuned in, right? So it's really time for you to trust your intuition. Have faith. Trust yourself. Trust the vision that you are seeing for yourself, okay? The high priestess is also the veil between the seen and the unseen. So coming into the balance, knowing that you will never know everything. Okay, things will always be uncertain to you, but that's the beauty of life. That's how life surprised you here with this celebration. That's how miracles happen. Okay, but this is major energy right now, baby. We got 3 major arcanas right here. Okay, for some of you all, this cycle has been going on for 10 years. Some of you all, this cycle has been going on for 13 years. All I know is that you all been juggling in this decision to start anew for a very long time. And it's been on your spirit for a very long time. It's been on your heart for a very long time to just end it all and start new. Okay? Because whatever it is you've been working towards, whatever it is you've been working on, it ain't working. Okay? It ain't working. It's time for you to step into your power. Okay? Because whatever it is, it's been keeping you in bondage. Okay? That's my daughter crying. For some of you all, it's going to hurt to have to let this go, okay? Because whatever it is, it's been toxic. Like I said, it's been keeping you in bondage. You've been lying to yourself. It's been deceiving you. Some of you all, this cycle has really been stressing you out, causing you to be unhappy. All right, somebody got a hold on you all, and it's time for you to step into your power and cut it off, okay? But you will be victorious with this 6 of Wands, and y'all will come into this celebration. This 6 of Wands is that celebration energy, okay? Wow, with the 7 of Swords, yeah, a lot of you all are going through some type of, getting out of some type of deceit, tricking yourself out of your position is what I'm hearing. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this intuition and authentic self for the Divine Collective? We got the 8 of Swords coming out. This is a self-imposed prison, like I said, when we saw that addiction card with that cage. You all have yourself in this self-imposed prison where you feel like you can't get out. You feel like other people are holding you down, keeping you stuck, keeping you from not being able to grow. The whole time it's your perception. Like I said, a lot of you all feel like it's them and not you. And the whole time it's been you. The whole time just needing to stand up. Okay? Look at this image. She's sitting here feel like she tied down when it's all nothing but her perception. It's a figment of her imagination. Okay? With this self-deceit card. It's a figment of her imagination. All she got to do is stand up. It's a choice. Stand up for yourself. Get yourself out of this self-imposed prison. It's all in your mind. It's all in your head, y'all. I'm telling you, it's all in your head. Okay? It's all in your head. You are the one that's burdening yourself. You are the one carrying all this baggage. You are the one that's overextending yourself for no reason. Trying to get other people to see you, to hear you, to listen to you, to accept you, to change for you. Like I said, you're trying to get other people to conform to you. In actuality, girl, if you don't put these bags down and keep it moving, like you keeping yourself stuck trying to think. Like, look at this. You're breaking your own heart. You're breaking your own heart with this 3 of Swords, okay? You're causing yourself to have regret, to be in sorrow, to be in that shame, guilt energy, okay? You're causing yourself to drown in your fears and your worries. This is your energy, collective. This is your energy. You are causing yourself to be in this energy. Nobody else is doing it for you, okay? And now it's time to come out of it with this 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is all about hitting a particular milestone. 4 of Wands is also the card of home, okay? Because the 4 rules the home. It's also the card of foundation, all right? So it's time for you to overcome it and build a better foundation for yourself, okay? Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. Wow, with the Page of Cups coming out, okay? This graduation, this ascension that is waiting for you, okay, is going to be one that's going to fill your heart with so much joy, okay? But with this curiosity, this unknown, you got to be willing to open your heart and be curious about all of the wonders that the Most High wants to be able to give to you, okay? But this is a message to you from the Most High, from your ancestors, from your spiritual team, that they want to give you an offering, a new life where you're going to be guilt-free, where you're going to be shame-free, where you're going to be so in love with your new light your new life, okay, that you're going to feel like you're floating. You're going to feel like a brand new person with this Judgment card, okay? You are literally going through a rebirth right now. Getting a second chance at life. Spirit is ready to free you all, okay? But you got to be willing to free yourself, all right? You got to be willing to make a decision to grow. Make a decision, a logical decision, okay? Get out of your head. Change your perception. Know that you have control over your life, okay? Yeah, with the Ace of Swords. It's time to clear your head, clear your mind. Break through this mental prison that you've put yourself in so that you can be reborn, so that you can live the life that you dream of. I'm hearing that a lot of you all have been dreaming of this life. You dream about it every night. Sagittarius may be significant. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Okay. But let's see. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. Okay, we got wisdom coming out. Knowledge gained through experience or from a wise counselor. Okay, so going through this rebirth, do know that you have gained the wisdom and the knowledge that you need to carry on through this rebirth, to end a particular cycle and start a new one, and you will be successful. Okay, you have the wisdom. We got 2 intuition cards here, so you know what's up. You know what it is that you have to do. All right, and you have the guidance of the Most High behind you, so you got to tap into that faith. Have curiosity. Trust yourself. Okay. We got pay attention. Look out for signs from the divine. Acknowledge red flags, okay? With this signs from the divine, what I'm hearing is make sure that you are tapping into your intuition, okay? And acknowledge red flags, meaning don't get yourself stuck in another cycle. Know when you're putting yourself in a self-imposed imprisonment. Know when you're lying to yourself. Know when you're deceiving yourself. Recognize the patterns. Okay, recognize when you're allowing other people to get in your ear. Recognize when you're allowing yourself to stay stuck, to be fearful, okay? Wow, we got celebration coming out again. Good times come from hard work, time spent in good company. Okay? So it's going to take a lot for you to get out of this self-imposed prison, out of this comfort zone. Okay, out of this cycle. It's going to take hard work, but once you do it, okay, the celebration is going to be abundant. We got an energy activation here. It says connect to the divine through meditation or prayer. Like I said, both of these intuition cards, the girl's eyes are closed. They're really tapped in. They're meditating. They're tuned in. So this is a time for you to use prayer to really go into solitude, okay, to really tap in, to envision yourself being successful, okay? And we have dedication. Stay dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success, okay? Once you have the vision, once you know what's true for you, once you know what it is that you need to do, how you need to stand up for yourself, the choices that you need to make, stay dedicated. Okay, we have retreat at the bottom. Time spent alone, reflection on past and current situations. Yeah, it's time for you to choose yourself. And when I split the deck, we got acceptance. Accept past and current situations. Work through issues gracefully, okay? We got two cards here talking about the past and current situations. Meaning that you all are definitely going through a journey, going through a cycle, going through a phase where you're ending one cycle, one chapter, and beginning a new one. All right? All you have to do is accept it for what it is so that you can transform it. Okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Whoa. We got the Lover coming out. Whew. The Lover with this swan, and I see the Self at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm going to take this Self out too. Wow, with the thread. Wow. So with this thread, this Lover, and this Self, okay, what I'm hearing is that you all are literally pulling yourself out of the darkness. I'm hearing some of you all are pulling yourself out of the pits of hell. I'm hearing that some of you all are hanging on to a mustard seed of faith. Some of you all are being pulled and called on through some energetic cord that you are tugging on, that you are holding on to, that is pulling you up, that is pulling you out of this cycle, and you feel it. Some of you all are no longer resisting it. Some of you all are definitely accepting it and are definitely allowing it to carry you, okay? To carry you to new heights, to carry you to a new beginning. Look at this. To carry you back to yourself, okay? I wonder if you all can see this. Okay, so you see how this hand here is hanging onto this thread. But as you are going up, you see this rainbow? This rainbow is indicative of what this image is, okay? This thread that you all are feeling pulling on you, tugging on you, this intuition that you have been seeing, this vision that you have been envisioning for yourself, okay? This void that you've been feeling and that you've been following, trying to get back to your happiness, trying to get back to the things that bring you joy, that bring you love, that bring you satisfaction, that bring you peace, abundance, okay? You've been following this thread, this tether. And I feel like with this, pay attention, look out for signs for divine. You all have been meeting people, okay? It says time spent in good company. You all have been meeting certain people who have been confirming what you've intuitively been receiving from your higher self. You've been placed in situations that's been confirming what it is that you want, how you want to experience life, how you want to live moving forward. And you all have been following that thread. I want to read these for you, even though it's a lot. This three is a lot, but we're going to read them. Just because this energy is pretty potent right now. The thread, 70 may be significant, July may be significant, okay? February 5th, May 20th. Let's see. The thread is on 205. Which says the path, the vein, the circuit, okay? When light, the circuit of meaning within chaos, okay? When dark, binding, frustrating taut. Life is a tango. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously, okay? Leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted, right? Lifted, okay? We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread. A song, an image, a conversation heard in passing, okay? That's that look out for signs from the divine, right? No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires, okay? Freeing yourself here with the Ace of Swords, all right? That was pretty self-explanatory, exactly what I was saying. I'm going to read the self next. Number 29 may be significant, February 9th, September 2nd. September 11th, November 9th, January 19th. But we're going to read this self next. Okay, so that thread was talking about, like I said, that pull that you've been pulling, trying to return back to yourself, return back to your happiness, return back to your joy, return back to feeling fulfilled, to feeling whole, okay? The self says the soul, the witness, the watcher. When light, it says witnessing, accepting new aspects of self. When dark, it says disjointed, fatigue, diffused energy and purpose. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, suppress, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container, the awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back in to witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world. Okay, that's those two intuition cards. Ask yourself, am I the stew or am I the chef? In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl, spin, and smolder in chaos. Like I said, you all have been allowing your ego to deceive you, keep you comfortable, okay? Keep you quote-unquote safe in false security. Yet the self is a graceful culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing as the spectrum of ingredients become the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more. Attempt to see the you behind the you. Okay? See the essence of who you truly are behind the fear, behind the ego trying to tell you to be safe, to stay still. Okay? Last but not least, okay, we're going to look at the Lover. All right, number 17. July 1st may be significant. January 7th. May 9th. September 9th may be significant. Number 95. Okay. But let's see what the Lover has to say. Because like I said, we do have this full moon in Libra. Okay. Venus just went direct. So for some of you all, this may have to do with a significant relationship. It says the lover, the heart, the beloved, the devoted. When light, connection, expansion, devotion, awe. When dark, indulgence, attachment, and obsession. Okay, that's that devil card we seen earlier. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, revealing in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must fully present and awake with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. Okay, so that's where you all are right now in life. It's striving to get to the point where you're able to experience the divine wanderings, the divine miracles of what life has to offer, like this Page of Cups, where you can celebrate yourself and celebrate others. Okay, this is where you all are trying or striving to get back to. Okay, you're striving to go through a new cycle in which you are putting yourself first and the things that you love, the things that you want to experience. Okay, you're ending the cycle of self-sabotage, of self-sacrificing. Okay, of abandoning your wants and your needs. You're bringing an end to that, all right? But I'm going to leave it here. If this resonated with you all, please leave a comment below. Let your girl know. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I'll catch you all in the next reading. Sending you love and light. Peace.